Movies to the jukebox now, from a new take on a Christmas classic to a highly anticipated album release and one of America's favorite award show. The music world is buzzing this morning, and here to break it all down for us is Judd from Kiss 98.5. Very glad to hear you could make it in. You were one of the first people I checked with this morning.
Yeah.
But you were fine. You live in the North Towns, no problem.
Yeah, I'm on the Amherst-Lockport border, and I can see the grass in my house. I was really disappointed when I woke up at 4:30 this morning because I got a text from one of our Kiss producers who couldn't get in from Lancaster. I looked out the window expecting to see snow, and nothing had fell. I was so disappointed.
But Amanda's home today, so we want to say hello to her because we know she doesn't normally
She already yelled at me
for
shoveling outside without a hat or a coat on.
I hope it's all right. We'll make sure he gets a hat next time it happens, Amanda. All right, our first thing that we're talking about this morning is the Band-Aid. This is a huge collaboration. How many artists are on this Christmas song?
There's a ton of artists, too many to name. It's Band-Aid 30 years since the original Band-Aid version came. Of course, that was fighting AIDS before. Now the money from this project is fighting the Ebola, raising money for research and things in West Africa. And there are huge names on this. Everyone from Bono, who is on the original. You've got the guys from Coldplay. You've got Ellie Goulding. You've got just on and on and on. One Direction, Sam Smith. It goes on. And the video is actually really cool, the music video, because it shows all of the different artists singing their little individual part of the song. They all sing about a 5-second little part, and they come together at the end as a big chorus. But they all just have a little piece, and it's really cool to kind of see and watch the video and go, oh, yeah, I know that voice, I know that voice. And they do a really cool job bringing so many different textures of voices together into one song.
Do you think that this is going to be able to raise as much money as the one 30 years ago did, just because of the way that everything in the music industry now is live streaming and people aren't really used to paying for music?
Yeah, I think that it might, just because of it being such a big PR piece and what it is. I don't know if it'll make as much as it did in the previous installment of this, but I think it'll still raise some money, and it's a fun song, and it's a Christmas song. It kind of gets people in the spirit.
You guys playing it on Kiss?
We are. We played it yesterday afternoon.
All right, and Star is switched completely over, right?
Yeah, Star is completely in Christmas music, and they'll be playing this one a lot.
Which is your sister station. Now, I always wonder this. Did the DJs, would you have to listen to all of those songs over and over if you had to fill on a shift on Star?
Yeah, they listen to it all. It's all Christmas all the time, and it's funny we talk about it because, the average song that we play, during the day is 3-4 minutes long. Christmas songs are a lot shorter.
Yeah.
So you have, 2-minute songs instead. So you're, recycling a lot faster than normal. So that's kind of a struggle for them. But it's fun. They decorate the studio. They put lights up. They put trees up. They make paper snowflakes. They turn it all into a Christmas
It's just
wonderland.
part of the fun of working there. All right. So one of the groups that was in that Band-Aid song is One Direction. They have a new album that's coming out.
Yep. They have a new album that came out yesterday at midnight. Usually albums come out on Tuesday. One Direction being One Direction. They're going to bring the album out whenever they want.
Of course.
The album is called 4. Currently #1 in over 100 countries around the world. It's a huge album. Of course, they have the huge fan base coming here September of next year. And this is a really new grown-up sound for One Direction. If they have a new song, well, the song that's on the radio right now called Story of My Life, or not Story of My Life, I mean, forgive me.
I don't even know what it's called.
It's very grown up.
They have a new Story of My Life.
Story of My Life is still a good one. They have a new song that just came out yesterday called Night Changes, though.
Okay.
And it is a very kind of Beatles-esque version of a song, a pop song.
Interesting.
Doesn't sound kind of Beatles old school, but take kind of that essence and bring it into current kind of contemporary music, and you have this new One Direction song called Night Changes.
Is anyone doing a welfare check on Taylor Swift? Is her album not #1 anymore?
It's probably going to fall this week.
She's very happy.
Yeah, it'll probably fall this week. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see it jump up. She already did get the first platinum album of the year, so Taylor's fine.
But we saw her doing so much promotion. I mean, One Direction didn't do quite as much, and they're already at #1 in 100 countries.
Yeah, they popped up on a couple of shows. I think they're doing, they're going to be at the American Music Awards on Sunday, and they'll pop up a couple places, but it's One Direction. I think, the fandom of Directioners is just gigantic.
How are ticket sales doing for their show at the Ralph next year?
Really, really well. Not sold out yet, which I was a little surprised it didn't sell out fast. It's a lot of fringe tickets that aren't sold out. They sold over 25,000, so more than half pre-sale, and the rest came when public sale went on. So you can still grab a ticket if you want. You will be on the outer edge, but you'll at least still be in the show.
Good to know that there's still tickets available for, there's still a couple weeks to go till Christmas.
Yeah.
So, all right, so the American Music Awards are on Sunday night. Who's nominated for Artist of the Year?
Bunch of big artists. All the artists you've been hearing all year long on the radio are nominated. Pharrell, Lorde, Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, One Direction, Beyonce, and Iggy Azalea. If I had to pick someone to win, I'd either go with One Direction or Beyonce. One Direction because of the huge fan fare and the new album and things like that. Now, that won't be considered in the voting process because it was after the deadline.
I was going to say, why don't we see Taylor Swift if she had all these records?
So, yeah, it was after the cutoff. And even though I think she was still active probably during the time, she may have just missed Artist of the Year. If I have to hand it to anyone, I think I have to go with Beyonce. The huge surprise album this year, all of the music videos that came along with it, and all of the talk that came along with the album, the huge tour with Jay-Z. I think this might be her year to get Artist of the Year.
She kind of changed the music industry
Yeah.
forever with that one album.
She really did, and a lot of people are talking about
Forgive
albums.
me if that's a little bit
she
extreme,
did.
but I think she did.
Because she's the first person who really did that without having it leaked out, and you hear other people you hear murmurs of them trying to do it. Rihanna was just rumored last week to be working on an album to drop secretly. Not so much of a secret if it's being rumored already. Nobody knew about Beyonce's album when it came out.
I was going to say, I think we're going to see more artists do that now,
Yeah,
right?
it'll just be interesting if they can truly keep it a secret, like Beyonce did.
All right. Anything else going on in the music industry?
It's crazy. It's fun. Today will be a different day on the radio, talking to people who are stuck in highways and being kind of that entertainment while you're in your car.
Right.
And if that band moves north before the PM drive home, will be interesting. But music is fun, and it's something to listen to when you're stuck in the car.
It really, really is. Thanks so much for being here today. Of course, you do All Request Drive Home, right, from 5 to 6?
Yeah, maybe we'll have to expand that today. If we got a
more people are home.
long traffic jam, we might have to extend it a little.
All right, that sounds good. Jed, please get back to the station safely. We're glad that you could make it in safely. Real quick note, you may be noticing that Chef Stefan from the filling station didn't make it in today. Unfortunately, he was supposed to be here. Of course, we'll reschedule him and bring him back to the show very, very soon. But once again, thanks so much. We're glad that you were able to make it in safe this morning. All right, we're going to take a break right now. When